Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our regular meeting of Council. I'll start with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we live, work, and gather on the traditional and unceded territory of the Algonquin people, specifically the Temiskaming First Nation. We recognize the presence of the Temiskaming First Nation in our community since time immemorial and honor their long history of welcoming many nations to this beautiful territory and uphold and uplift their voice and values. Let's call the meeting to order. 6 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Thank you, Your Worship. All members are present with the exception of Councillor Pelletier-Levine. I will note that Councillor Wilson and Councillor Whalen are participating virtually this evening.
Thank you. Takes us to item 3, review of revisions or deletions to the agenda, and we do have a couple. So under section new business, item 14G, Administrative Report CS-016-2023, the Memorandum of Understanding with the Temiskaming Health Unit for the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan. And under section Bylaws 15, Bylaw 2023-049, being a bylaw to enter into a Memorandum of Understanding with the Temiskaming Health Unit for the purpose of implementation of the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan. Is there any others? So approval of the agenda. I have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that City Council approves the agenda as amended. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Graydon. Thanks, Councillor Foley. Discussion? All in favor? That motion is carried. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interest in general nature? Seeing none, move on to item 6, review and adoption of the council minutes. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that City Council approves the following minutes as printed. A, the regular meeting of council, March 21st, 2023. B, the special meeting of council held on March 28th, 2023. And C, the committee of the whole meeting held on April the 4th, 2023. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Wilson. Councillor Whalen. Discussion? All in favor? That motion is carried. We have no public meetings pursuant to the Planning Act, Municipal Act, and other statutes. We have no presentations or delegations tonight. And under communication, 9A, from Danielle Mayton, the clerk from the City of Cambridge, read a resolution of support for barriers for women in politics, and that has been received for information. B, from Lori Vasanen, the Deputy Clerk, Township of Lake of Bays, read the resolution of support for municipal oath of office, and that was received for information. 9C, Sandra Carmichael, Corporate Services Coordinator for the Municipality of Calvin, reads the resolution of support for the moratorium on pupil accommodation. That's been received for information. D, correspondence from Monique Chartrand, the Executive Director for Victim Services of Temiskaming and District, and read the proclamation request for Victim and Survivors of Crime Week, and that reference we'll deal with under new business later on. 9E, from the Honourable Doug Downey, the Attorney General for the Province of Ontario, and that's an update on the POA modernization and streamlining initiatives, and that was received for information. Item F, from Michelle Sawinski, the Communication and Executive Coordinator for DSAP, read the 2022 Annual Report, and that was received for information purposes. Item G, from Michelle Sawinski, Communication and Executive Coordinator for DSAB, Read the resolution of support for AMO and the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness. And that was received for information purposes. Item H from Robert Baker, the Management Forester for Temiskaming Forest. Read the 2023-2024 annual work schedule for the Temiskaming Forest. And that was received for information. Item I from Stacey Laundrie, the Deputy Clerk, City of Owen Sound. Read the resolution of support for municipal insurance costs, and that was received for information purposes. Item J from Amberly Spillman, the Executive Assistant to the CAO and Deputy Clerk, Town of Kirkland Lake. Read the resolution of support for affordable housing and homelessness call to action, and that was received for information purposes. Item K from Amberly Spillman, the Executive Assistant to the CAO and Deputy Clerk, Town of Kirkland Lake. Read the resolution of support for Ontario School Board elections, and that was received for information purposes. I do have a resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores agrees to deal with communication items 10A and K in accordance with the agenda of references. Can I get a mover, please? Councillor Graydon. Councillor Ducharme. Discussion? Danny?
Yeah, thanks, Mayor LaFerrier. I just want to comment quick on item A and advise council that AMO is also undertaking a large program to encourage women into the political sector. And I would like to maybe get a report from staff on item K and bring that back for discussion, because that's something that's becoming a very hot topic across the north anyway. So I think we should take a serious look at supporting that resolution from the town of Kirkland Lake. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny. So you would like to bring item A and K back?
Yes, I would.
Thank you. Any other discussions? Councillor Disher.
In regards to item A, the letter from the City of Cambridge, I would like to see our own city adopting something like this, and I certainly appreciated the comment in the letter about extending, creating opportunities for all those who are marginalized in the political environment, regardless of their gender, race, ethnicity, religion, sexual orientation, or other identity factors, just as something that council in particular can commit to going forward.
Thank you. Any other comments? I would also like to see item B come back for support for the changes for the municipal oath of office. I would also like to see item G come back, the resolution for support for AMO and the Canadian Alliance to End Homelessness. And I'd also like to see item J come back, the resolution of support for affordable housing and homelessness call to action. Any other comments? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. It brings us to item 10, Committees of Council, Community and Regional. Be it resolved that the following minutes be accepted for information. A, the minutes from the Bicycle Friendly Community Committee meeting held on October the 25th, 2022. B, the minutes of the Climate Change Committee meeting held on January 24th, 2023. C, the minutes of the District of Temiskaming Social Services Administration Board meeting held on February the 1st, 2023. D, the minutes of the Temiskaming Shores Public Library Board meeting held on February 22nd, 2023. E, the minutes of the Temiskaming Health Unit Board of Health meeting held on March the 1st, 2023. And F, the minutes of the Temiskaming Transit Committee meeting held on March the 16th, 2023. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Whalen. Seconded by Councillor Wilson. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item 11, Committees of Council, Internal Departments. I have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that the following minutes be accepted for information. A, the minutes of the Public Works Committee meeting held on March the 16th, 2023. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Foley. Seconded by Councillor Graydon. Discussion? All those in favor? The motion is carried. This brings us to item 12, reports for members of council. And I believe Councillor Wilson.
Yes, thanks, Mayor LaFerriere. I'd just like to speak to that report regarding our meeting with the MTO on April the 5th. And just to highlight some of the key points, major capital projects were discussed. So that included the Grant Drive extension, and there was also discussion around the renewal project from just north of 65 and 11 up to Highway 569, and there was some discussion around what stage that was at, and generally speaking, it looks like that project would proceed for completion in 2024. Also, we touched on the Highway 11 renewal project south of the Cow, and it is still in preliminary design stage, and we raised some questions regarding design options for that area. We also discussed the speed limit changes that have occurred in the corridor. Currently at 70 kilometer signs have been posted, and there's also provisions for a 60 kilometer zone with some flashing lights at the school, which are not installed yet. And then there was a section on maintenance talking about the 12-hour from the 16-hour provisions that are now effective in Northern Ontario. And we had some discussions around future development and continued discussions with the MTO so that we can help to deal with any business development in the area. And yeah, we talked a little bit about some wayfinding signage, and we had some discussion around improving the signage into the city of Temiskaming Shores so it's more effective for people driving through the area. So that, yeah, that's sort of a summary of the meeting that we had. It was a good meeting, and looking forward to more with the Ministry of Transportation.
Awesome. Awesome. Thanks for your report, Councillor Wilson. Anybody else? I just wanted to take the opportunity to congratulate Ryan Dugan. Ryan is our new detachment commander for the OPP here in Temiskaming. He's joining us. He was a detachment commander in Kirkland Lake and has decided to move to the bigger detachment, and really looking forward to working with Ryan on the Police Services Board. Anybody else? Seeing none, we'll move on to item 13, notice of motions. No? No? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to item 14, new business. 14A is the proclamation request for victims and survivors of Crime Week. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Whereas each year, victims and survivors of Crime Week is recognized to raise awareness of services and support for persons harmed by crime and violence. This year's theme is the power of collaboration. And whereas this week seeks to offer a greater understanding of victim issues and recognizes the tireless efforts of frontline victim services staff, advocates, and professionals working in the criminal justice system who support and offer information and assistance to survivors. And whereas support for victims is imperative in an effort to help them through challenging and traumatic experiences and helps foster feelings of resilience and courage, community support, advocacy, and public demonstrations of support help promote the community's capacity for compassion and provides the opportunity for open dialogue and understanding the impact of crime and violence on society. And whereas the City of Temiskaming Shores is committed to community safety and the well-being of its residents, now therefore, I, Mayor Jeff Laferriere, on behalf of the Council, do hereby proclaim May 14th to May 20th, 2023 as Victims and Survivors of Crime Week in the City of Temiskaming Shores. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Foley. Seconded by Councillor Ducharme. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item B, approval of council meeting schedule, May 2023 to December 2023. I have a draft resolution in front of me, whereas bylaw number 2023-022, the procedural bylaw, indicates that committee of the whole meetings of council shall be held on the first Tuesday of each month, commencing at 3 p.m., and that regular council meetings shall be held on the third Tuesday of each month, commencing at 6 p.m. And further, that for the months of July and August, Committee of the Whole shall be held on the second Tuesday of the month, commencing at 3 p.m., followed by a regular meeting unless otherwise decided by Council. Now therefore be it resolved that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores does hereby confirm the following schedule of meetings for the months of May 2023 to December 2023. Tuesday, May the 2nd, 2023 is the Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, May the 16th, 2023 is a regular meeting. Tuesday, June the 6th, 2023 is Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, June 20th, 2023 is a regular meeting. Tuesday, July the 11th, 2023 is Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, and the regular meeting, sorry. Tuesday, August the 8th, 2023 is Committee of the Whole and a regular meeting. Tuesday, September the 5th, 2023 is Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, September the 19th, 2023 is a regular meeting. Tuesday, October the 3rd, 2023 is Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, October the 17th, 2023 is a regular meeting. Tuesday, November the 7th, 2023 is a Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, November 21st, 2023 is a regular meeting. Tuesday, December the 5th, 2023 is Committee of the Whole. Tuesday, December the 19th, 2023 is a regular council meeting. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Whalen. Seconded by Councillor Wilson. Discussion? All those in favor? And the motion is carried. Item C, Administration Report, PW-006-2023, the tender award for Granular M. I have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved, the Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores acknowledges receipt of Administration Report PW-006-2023, and the Council directs staff to prepare the necessary bylaw to enter into an agreement with Miller Paving Limited for supply and delivery of Granular M in the amount of $12.95 per ton for a total of $155,400 plus applicable taxes for consideration at the April 18th, 2023 regular council meeting. Can I get a mover, please? That's Councillor Foley, seconded by Councillor Ducharme. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item D, memo number 013-2023-CS. That's the Branch 54 Haileybury Legion Frog's Breath application. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores acknowledges receipt of memo number 013-2023-RS, and that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores approve the request from the Haileybury Legion Branch 54 and agrees to sponsor their application in the amount of $75,000 to the Frog's Breath Foundation to help fund their main hall renovation project. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Whalen. Seconded by Councillor Wilson. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item E, Administrative Report CS-014-2023, the Compressed Workweek Pilot HR Policy. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores acknowledges receipt of Administration Report number CS-014-2023, that Council adopts the draft policy in principle and direct staff to implement a pilot compressed workweek schedule as outlined in the draft policy for the period of May 7th, 2023 to October 7th, 2023, and that Council direct staff to prepare a follow-up report for Council's consideration upon the completion of the pilot project. Can I get a mover, please? It's Councillor Foley, seconded by Councillor Ducharme. Discussion? Amy, did you want to? Or Shelley, did you want to just? I know we got the report at the last meeting. Maybe just a couple of highlights. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. So as outlined in the report, we met with the Union Management Committee a couple weeks ago or last week. There were no concerns or issues when the draft report was presented to them. As outlined again, it'll be a 22-week pilot. After 11 weeks, Group A and Group B will switch, so it's fair. So Group A will have Mondays off first, Group B will have Fridays off, and then we'll switch halfway through. We outline the statutory holidays, what would happen on a week that there's a stat holiday, and we would revert back to our regular hours so that staff aren't off 2 days in 1 week, so we'll be off just that one day. Are there any questions that any of the council members have?
Any questions for sure? Go ahead, Danny. Councillor Whalen.
Yeah, thanks. I don't have a question, more of a comment. Just every municipality that has implemented this and I've been following has actually shown an increase in productivity. So I just want to thank yourself, Mayor, and staff for being bold enough to want to take a look at this and implement a pilot project. So thank you.
Awesome. Thanks, Councillor Whalen. Anyone else? Councillor Ducharme.
Just to reiterate from the Committee of the Whole that there is a plan to make sure that individuals still are getting at least the same amount of service, and in some cases they may get a little longer service if you're coming into the city to get some services of some kind, correct?
So there'll be no reduction in service at all. So for example, City Hall hours will remain the same. As for outside workers, you'll see increased service in those departments because they will be working longer hours in those days. So we didn't want to open City Hall up from the 8 to 5 just because it is a pilot, and if it doesn't work out, then there would be some confusion perhaps. But yeah, you will see an increase in service outside.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item F, Administrative Report CS-015-2023. That's the 2023 tax ratios and tax rates. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores acknowledges receipt of Administrative Report number CS-015-2023, that council direct staff to prepare the necessary bylaws utilizing the revenue-neutral tax ratios for 2023, calculated using a phased-in elimination of the subclass reduction factors for consideration at the April 18th, 2023 regular council meeting. The council directs staff to prepare the necessary bylaws utilizing the 2023 tax rates and water sewer rates for consideration at the April 18th, 2023 regular council meeting. The council directs staff to prepare the necessary bylaw to incorporate a $2 increase to the special tax levy for enhanced program under the City of Temiskaming Shores Solid Waste Management Program, bylaw 2014-172, as presented within the 2023 budget for consideration at the April 18th, 2023 regular council meeting. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Whalen. Seconded by Councillor Wilson. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. Item G, Administrative Report CS-016-2023, Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan Implementation and Memorandum of Agreement with the Board of Health for the Temiskaming Health Unit. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that Council for the City of Temiskaming Shores acknowledges receipt of Administrative Report number CS-016-2023, that Council directs staff to prepare the necessary bylaw to enter into a memorandum of agreement with the Board of Health of the Temiskaming Health Unit for consideration at the April 18th, 2023 regular council meeting, and that in recognition as one of the largest municipalities and highest apportionment costs, the City of Temiskaming Shores takes an active role in providing direction, input, and support to the implementation, monitoring, evaluation, and reporting, and requests representation within the governance structure of the multi-stakeholder steering committee. And further, the council approves the contribution of no more than $33,860 for the term of May 1st, 2023 to April 30th, 2024 under the memorandum of agreement between the Board of Health for the Temiskaming Health Unit, to be offset by other funding sources such as municipal contributions, donations, provincial funding, etc., received during the agreement period where possible. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Foley. Seconded by Councillor Ducharme. Discussion? All those in favor? That motion is carried. This brings us to item 15, bylaws. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2023-036, being a bylaw to amend bylaw 2019-103 for the amendment of Schedule C to identify the operation and maintenance of the Haileybury landfill, and the addition of Schedule E being an agreement with Phippen Waste Management for the operation and maintenance of the Newliskard landfill. Bylaw number 2023-037, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Grass King Limited for asphalt markings and symbol painting services. Bylaw number 2023-038, being a bylaw to amend bylaw 2013-054 to extend the agreement with WSP, formerly Wood, for 1 year for the 2023 year for the annual landfill monitoring. Bylaw number 2023-039, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Toromont/Simcoe for the replacement of the Don Shepherdson Memorial Arena condenser. Bylaw number 2023-040, being a bylaw to adopt amendment number 3 to the City of Temiskaming Shores official plan for Bill 109 and Bill 23 Planning Act amendments. Bylaw number 2023-041, being a bylaw to amend bylaw number 2017-154, That's the zoning bylaw to establish the provisions for additional dwelling units as a result of Bill 23, More Homes Built Faster Act. Bylaw number 2023-042, being a bylaw to amend bylaw 2018-097, that's the site plan control, to include provisions for the municipality's ability to apply site plan control to defined residential units as a result from Bill 23, More Homes Built Fast Act. Bylaw number 2023-043, being a bylaw to adopt the municipal budget for 2023. Bylaw number 2023-044, being a bylaw to establish tax ratios for 2023. Bylaw number 2023-045, being a bylaw to provide for the adoption of 2023 tax rates for municipal and school purposes as to further provide penalty and interest for payment in default. Bylaw number 2023-046, being a bylaw with respect to water and sewer service rates for 2023. Bylaw number 2023-047, being a bylaw to impose a special tax levy under the City of Temiskaming Shores Solid Waste Management Program. Bylaw number 2023-048, being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Miller Paving Limited for the supply and stockpile of granular M. And bylaw number 2023-049, being a bylaw to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Temiskaming Health Unit for the implementation of the Community Safety and Wellbeing Plan. Be hereby introduced and given first and second reading. Be signed by the Mayor and Clerk and the corporate seal affixed thereto. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Foley. Seconded by Councillor Ducharme. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. And this takes us to schedule of council meetings. We have a committee of the whole scheduled for May the 2nd, 2023 at 3 p.m. and a regular council meeting scheduled for May the 16th, 2023 at 6 p.m. This brings us to our question and answer period. Do we have any questions from the audience? None online, Brad? No. We don't have a closed session, so it brings us to item 19, confirming bylaw. I do have a draft resolution in front of me. Be it resolved that bylaw number 2023-050, being a bylaw to confirm certain proceedings of council of the Corporation of the City of Temiskaming Shores for its regular meeting held on April the 18th, 2023, be hereby introduced and given first, second, and third, and final reading, and be signed by the Mayor and Clerk and the corporate seal affixed thereto. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Graydon. Second by Councillor Whalen. Discussion? All those in favor? And that motion is carried. And item 20, adjournment. I do have a draft resolution. Be it resolved, the council hereby adjourns the meeting at 6:33. Can I get a mover, please? Thanks, Councillor Wilson. Second by Councillor Graydon. All in favor? And we are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.
Thank you.